There needs somehow the developed countries to actually transfer some of the know-how and some of the funds to developing countries in order to develop their own renewable energy. The problem with renewable energy is that we need to take into account the geography of the particular country. For example, if you want to do something with Greece, you need to take into advantage the sun. If you do something in the UK, you need to take advantage of the waves here. So it's not like one solution for across the globe. What needs to be done is needs international coordination and in my view, an international fund for renewable energy, and we need some local experts that they will take into account the local environment in order to develop the right renewable energy technologies for the specific country.
What if poorer countries get these funds and do not use them in these specific areas?
Yeah, but I think that's an issue which is slightly outside of the renewable energy thing. That has more to do with governance. So there has to be in place a mechanism where you check how these funds are used, which I understand is not an easy thing to resolve, but that has to do with governance rather than with energy. If we just think of why do we need to change, the answer, the one aspect of that is, it has nothing to do with climate change per se. It has to do with the availability of cheap energy, and that's a critical issue. If we take examples from oil again, we know that the next 40 years we will not have cheap energy. We will have cheap oil, we will have oil, but it's going to be the expensive oil. So making a move to a renewable energy is also a solution of actually continued economic growth, because through renewable energy we may be able to find cheap energy.
Some say that we only worry about these things in the West because we already have solved all the rest of our problems, whereas in some other parts of the world they still have to worry about things we worried 50 years ago, or they worry about what's going to happen tomorrow, not in 50 or 40 or 100 years.
Yes, that's correct actually. I think we need to put things in a perspective, and many people use the word sustainability, where in my view sustainability includes three main areas. One has to do with energy and climate change, which we just discussed. The other thing has to do with food and water, and the third thing has to do with equity and poverty. And somehow all of these things need to be put together. So it's not about energy, it's not only about climate change, but there are also other issues that need to be addressed. But this is not to say that we have to do nothing about it. We just need to coordinate ourselves.